A lot of people have already noticed what has been happening with young Pharoah, and for those who have followed his situation, the recent changes are hard to ignore. His behavior appears noticeably different from what viewers were used to seeing before. Some people may describe it as a decline, while others may simply say he's going through a strange period. Either way, the shift has raised questions. The unusual dances, painted or extended fingernails, bizarre photos, and other unexpected appearances have people wondering what's really happening. And that becomes even more interesting when you remember the beliefs young Pharoah has publicly spoken about for years.
Peace, family. This video right here is about the undeniable proof of homosexuality being
Young Pharoah has historically spoken very strongly against homosexuality, so naturally people are now questioning whether his current behavior changes how he views those subjects. There's also another part of this story worth mentioning. His ongoing relationship with Storm Monroe has reportedly produced exclusive interviews over several years, giving Storm access to conversations that don't always happen elsewhere. And this latest interview quickly moved into some very direct questions.
So number one, are you homosexual?
No.
Are you bisexual?
No.
Do you sleep with trans women?
No.
Have you ever had any sexual experience with a man?
Unless I was abused as a child and I don't remember, no.
Storm eventually asked him straight out, "Are you gay?" Young Pharoah answered no. Then came another question, "Are you bisexual?" Again, no. And when asked whether he had ever been with a man, his response was essentially that, to his knowledge, he had not. That's the position he gave during the conversation. But some of the other comments he made afterward created an entirely different discussion, and that's where things became harder to interpret.
No, but sometimes on TikTok, some TSs come down when they look better than these.
Okay, now let's start.
I'm gonna be real with you. I mean, not
Pharoah,
TikTok,
if you
excuse me,
say
not
that,
TikTok.
then
Let me clear it
that's
up on Twitter. Let me clear it up on Twitter.
Now, I'll admit, I'm not the biggest X user.
The speaker explains that he spends time on X and TikTok searching for stories and clips, yet certain types of content rarely appear on his feed unless he specifically searches for them. He uses examples involving Sydney Star, Funky Deneva, and ATL Tef to make his point about how recommendation systems can change based on someone's searches. If someone repeatedly searches for a particular category of content, the algorithm may eventually begin recommending more of it. From there, the speaker speculates that young Pharoah may have been actively looking for similar material. But that's an interpretation, not proof of what anyone's private interests actually are.
Some badass on Twitter. I don't care what y'all say, so I'm gonna let y'all know right now. Some of you need to get up in the gym. Yup. Listen to me. If a man come down my line and some way somehow he has developed his body to look better than yours and you're a woman, you need to go to the gym. I'm gonna what you got to say.
Then the conversation reaches one of the comments that sparked the most attention, the suggestion that some transgender people can sometimes be more attractive than women. The speaker pushes back on that idea from his own perspective, saying he has encountered people online whose backgrounds he didn't immediately recognize. Social media can certainly create situations where someone's appearance doesn't tell you their entire story, but he says he personally never understood the idea of using that observation to criticize women or suggest they're somehow falling behind. He argues that there are already plenty of attractive women, so he doesn't see why someone's appearance should become a competition between groups. More importantly, he says viewers shouldn't automatically interpret unusual comments or presentation as proof of someone's sexuality. That's an assumption that can't be established simply from photos, clothing, gestures, or social media posts. And this brings the discussion back to young Pharoah. The speaker says that after revisiting some of his older material, he noticed how frequently young Pharoah discussed homosexuality and the gay community. In the speaker's view, the subject seemed to occupy a significant amount of his commentary, whereas he usually discusses similar topics only when there's a current story driving the conversation. That difference is what makes the recent behavior stand out. Young Pharoah appears to have become more relaxed about certain things, while simultaneously presenting himself in ways that viewers may interpret differently. The fingernails, facial expressions, tongue-out poses, and other photos have all contributed to that conversation. Still, the speaker makes it clear that he doesn't believe those things prove young Pharoah is gay. His conclusion is much simpler. Young Pharoah may just be an unconventional person going through a difficult or unusual period. The speaker believes he has needed serious personal help for a long time, even during periods when everything appeared normal. Looking back at some of his older statements, the speaker says there were already moments when he wondered what was going on. Rather than trying to diagnose him or label his sexuality, the speaker frames the situation as a broader problem involving instability and personal struggles. He believes people can end up in difficult places for many different reasons, whether through substance abuse, destructive decisions, or simply behavior that becomes increasingly unusual. Ultimately, his message is that the situation is unfortunate, and the best response may be to hope young Pharoah gets whatever support he needs and finds a healthier direction. Whatever is happening behind the scenes, social media clips alone can't provide the complete answer. So that's the latest discussion surrounding young Pharoah. There are plenty of questions, plenty of speculation, and still a lot that viewers simply don't know. Until young Pharoah himself explains more, much of the conversation will remain exactly that: conversation and interpretation.